I've been attacked so many times. Death threats. I've been sexualized.
Meanwhile,
Big mama. Big mama. That big mama.
She would take pictures of herself in a bikini and upload them to her lonely male followers on social media. Then, Angel Reese would turn around and complain about being over-sexualized. Lonely men keep telling me to take more clothes off. It's so unfair! This week, Angel Reese, I guess, decided to take a step further.
The hypocrisy is stunning, and the basketball gods served up some instant karma in front of a sold-out crowd. If you can't wait for Reese's next blooper, then comment. Fire the baby giraffe down below. Let's go. Nobody you got no. You literally got a bra on and booty shorts on with your booty cheek hanging out the bottom of it. Like, why? I don't really get to speak out on things just because I just try to ignore and I just try to stand strong. Like, I've been through so much. I've seen so much. I've been attacked so many times. Death threats. I've been sexualized. I've been threatened. I've been so many things and I've stood strong every single time. And I just try to stand strong for my teammates because I don't want them to see me down and not be there for them. So picture this scene. The United Center, home of the Chicago Bulls, packed with over 19,000 fans for the first WNBA game ever played in that massive arena. You know what makes this even more incredible? The Indiana Fever walked into Chicago's house and absolutely demolished the Sky without their three biggest pieces. No Caitlin Clark, no Sophie Cunningham, no head coach Stephanie White. Just a group of hungry players ready to prove they didn't need their stars to embarrass Angel Reese on her home court. I have yet to see a single example of Angel Reese being a leader outside of rebounding her missed layups. What does Angel Reese do? What is her contribution? You tell me because I'm not seeing it. I know I'm harsh on Angel Reese, but she considers herself a star. If you're going to call yourself a star, I expect you to perform like a star, especially in big moments. Caitlin Clark was injured. Angel Reese was the only star on the court last night, and for 27 minutes, she completely disappeared. Let's be real about what happened that night. While everyone expected the Sky to take advantage of the Fever's missing pieces, Kelsey Mitchell had other plans. She dropped 17 points on 5 of 11 shooting and completely took over the game when it mattered most. Mitchell wasn't just making shots. She was making statement shots that had the United Center crowd going silent. You could feel the energy shift as Chicago fans realized their team was getting picked apart by Indiana's role players. Well, there's a lot of reaction coming in from last night's drubbing, destruction, annihilation, cremation, whatever you want to call it. Roasting, sautéed, whatever your form of cooking may be, but the Indiana Fever absolutely dismantled the Chicago Sky. Lexi Hull showed up ready to work, hitting shots from beyond the arc with the kind of rhythm that makes coaches smile. She even surpassed 500 career points during the second quarter, marking another milestone in what's becoming a breakout season. Hull's shooting efficiency was exactly what the Fever needed to stretch Chicago's defense and create easy opportunities for her teammates. Meanwhile, Aaliyah Boston controlled the paint like she owned it, making Angel Reese look completely lost on both ends of the floor. Boston trying to be a safety valve. 8 to shoot. Boston this time working against Reese pivots, puts it up, and one opportunity. Aaliyah Boston clearing out all the traffic. So, speaking of Reese, this was painful to watch. She managed just 4 points on 2 of 7 shooting, which works out to a brutal 28.6% from the field. These weren't contested shots or difficult looks. We're talking about the kind of layups that high school players make in their sleep. Reese was a -20 for the game, meaning the Sky got outscored by 20 points every time she stepped on the court. Her teammates could only watch as she clanked shot after shot while the Fever pulled away. Angel Reese part 38. Let's get her. Life throws her lemons. She makes bricks. Bang. PSA to anyone watching. She is right-handed. Right-handed, by the way. She missed the rim by 3 feet. Man. Bang. I gotta say, this is my favorite summer sitcom pan. Butter pecan. Here's a stat. She's been blocked 20 times, and she's only made 21 hoops. What? Natasha Howard added 13 solid points. And get this, Ari McDonald, who just signed a hardship contract, came in and dropped 12 points with 4 steals. McDonald looked more comfortable in her first game with the Fever than Reese did in her own building. That's the kind of depth and preparation that separates championship organizations from teams that rely on social media drama to stay relevant. But both teams facing a little bit of adversity, having certain players out or not at full capacity. McDonald, a huge triple in the corner. Mitchell patient in the cornering, flips it up top. Boston other side. McDonald another three. I'm loving it. The crowd started heading for the exits before the fourth quarter even ended. Think about that for a second. Chicago fans paid good money to see their team play in the biggest arena in the city, and they couldn't stomach watching the final minutes because the beating was so thorough. Some fans were even asking Caitlin Clark for autographs during warm-ups, which tells you everything about where the real star power was sitting that night. This wasn't just a loss for the Sky. It was a complete breakdown of everything they thought they knew about basketball. The Fever's role players outworked, outshot, and outplayed Chicago's supposed stars without breaking a sweat. When the final buzzer sounded on that 27-point massacre, it sent a clear message about which franchise has its priorities straight and which one is still figuring out the difference between basketball and Instagram content. But here's what makes this beating even more embarrassing for Angel Reese and the Sky. This wasn't even their worst performance against Indiana this season. Folks, there were people in the crowd getting there early saying, "Hey, Caitlin, can you sign my jersey? Hey, Aaliyah, can you sign my shirt? Hey, Sophie, can you sign my picture?" There were people asking for autographs in the Chicago Sky crowd that weren't even born yet. The last time the Chicago Sky scored this little amount of points, there were people in the crowd who weren't even a thought in their parents' minds. At the time that the Chicago Sky last scored at least 52 points, the lowest point total since 2011. You know what's truly wild about that 27-point beatdown at the United Center? Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky should have been celebrating because they actually improved from their first meeting with the Fever this season. Back on May 17th at Gainbridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis, the Sky got absolutely demolished by 35 points in a 93-58 massacre that made the recent loss look like a competitive game. Angel Reese gets up, Aaliyah Boston shoves it, gives it a little